One of the problems with love is we don't know ourselves well enough to know who we want. Introducing Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. You send us your date of birth, we send you a custom video, and we'll talk all about you. The kind of charisma you have, your personality, are you funny, not funny? What's a perfect romance? What's a perfect wedding? What's a perfect home? And what not to do with you. Find out the secret to your heart at secretsofbirthdays.com. End all the uncertainty. Order one now. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together. Well, Mother Earth is under the love rays of Virgo. In fact, Chapter 2 of Sun in Virgo, we're going to wrap up Chapter 2 this week. We're working on reality, the IB state of awareness, and we're going to transform our reality this week and become proficient at what we do. By the end of the week, we will step into what I call Master Shui, where we rule our lives literally from our passion. Now, looking at emotions, the moon starts with Love Fest Day on Sunday, and then on Monday, we have a little bit of Sirius as the moon crosses over Saturn in Scorpio. It gets jolly again on Thursday and Friday in Sagittarius, and Sirius again in Capricorn this weekend. The moon signs most affected are Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, and on the dark side of the moons, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. Looking at our orbits, man, emotions are harboring around our throat chakra this week. That's because the moon in Libra and Scorpio. But then by the end of the week, it hits your sinuses. Now, emotions can literally clog you up, especially something you don't want to talk about. Lilith and Jupiter has finally stabilized in our solar plexus, and that means we're not going to have as much digestion issues. And there's a party going on in the heart chakra, and Mercury is now moved up to the throat chakra, which means truths will be spilling out from now through Halloween. Going to be fun. Indeed, those truths, right? Looking at the planets, we have really mostly, I think, the most important trine of the day is this one, Black Lilith at 10 degrees this week, trining Saturn. What this means is that we are really, for some, turning our back on some multi-lifetime deep emotional karma, or at least till childhood. So many people of all ages are kind of, as a whole planet, unifying and saying goodbye to some old karma, in some cases relationships, in some cases emotional damage. But the good news is we are actually healing, folks. This light work actually works. You're going to feel that with that trine. Now, we've been feeling this for a while, the T-square. It was a grand square for a while with Venus, but the good news is having Venus transit through Libra on the opposite side of Uranus, it really gave us the ability to see what's fair, to process through what's fair. And this week, you're going to see some movement on the T-square, or some inner movement anyways, because now you're operating from a sense of justice. That's good news. I'll talk about that upstairs. And then lastly, this is interesting as well, Venus is transiting up into Scorpio. That's the next transit, which means we're going to be creating and destroying, right? Venus is the sign of creativity. Scorpio is the gateway, so relationships, all sorts of things creating and destroying. But it's all trining into Neptune in Pisces, which to me says whatever is being created and destroyed might be fate. That's right. When God, universe, or Pisces energy comes into that sort of interaction or intersection of energy, usually this is the hand of fate, as in certain births, as in, of course, certain deaths, and, of course, certain successes. So that's also something to be looking out for. And then finally, getting close on the planets, as the week starts off, it's Love Fest Day, then Sirius as the moon crosses over that Saturn in Scorpio. And at the end of the week, again, like I said, it gets serious because the moon crosses Pluto in Capricorn. Now, let's take a look at the real important details, the details about you. So climb in the ascension elevator and I'll see you upstairs.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Namaste, producers, and welcome to 33,000 feet, and also the Taurus Rising. Such a pleasure to be of soul service to you, and thanks for logging in. We've got a lot going on right now. We're trying to pursue our personal dreams. I know I am. I'm a Taurus myself, so I'm not going to try to be objective in this. I'm just going to open it up, let you guys comment, and tell me where I'm full of shift, all right? we're working on our heart right now. And for me, it's been all clearing so far. That's what I'm predicting too for you. Getting rid of what's in the way of your dreams. Now, this might be relationships, old love stories you can't let go of, creative projects where someone's being greedy, friendships that don't serve your heart or who don't pay attention to your heart, romances that don't serve you. And ultimately, because of the nature of the planets, a lot of it is lifelong situations, really deep, deep cuts in order to make way for personal dreams and hopefully connecting to your heart and making that the center of your reality. That's what I teach in Practical Wizardry. You should watch the show if you haven't. Now, personal limits and boundaries is another story. Saturn and Scorpio saying it's time to get strong, really having to listen to your higher self to know where to make the right cuts, when to be strong, where to draw the line. So a lot of intuitive boundary drawing and trying to be strong for yourself in that regard. By the end of the week, having to decide what stays and what goes. You're basically learning the word no, all right? Learning the word no for yourself and learning to use the word no to others. At the same time, you're becoming more sensitive with thoughts, more sensitive and aware in your mental consciousness, and having to cut away the chaos, the chaotic thinking, the circular thinking, the worrying, the distracting, people who might take your energy in conversation, who are just wanting your intellectual attention, intellectual habits that hold you back, all of this. And Black Lilith saying, hey, you can cut and end some mind games or some mental habits forever and heal something forever. So some people with mental dis-ease, healing that forever. That's good. And then lastly, a struggle for inner faith. The bull's really having to be strong privately. It's between you and Creator, and it's a scale only you understand. And what you're trying to stand up for inside of you, it's also perhaps a battle between thoughts or conversation, what people say, and what you believe versus what the world believes. So it's very much an inside T-square for the Tauruses indeed. So as we start off on Monday, we're moving into chapter 3 by the end of the week, but we're wrapping up chapter 2. So this is the light casting part of life, where you're walking in your heart, you're believing in your dreams. This is the I have a dream kind of thinking. This is you letting yourself run wild with imagination and creativity and letting yourself really live in that joyful potential in order to see where your heart really lies. Also filling in the necessary details for you to light cast what you want. At the end of the week, stepping towards that joy and that passion. Now the sun will move from step 16 to step 22. So that's proficiency of the heart in the beginning of the week. And by the end of the week, leaping for personal passion or personal joy. You might slip on a banana peel, but don't worry. It's not the end of the transit. You're kind of testing it out. There's other things going on. Your thoughts are already kind of concluding in the beginning of the week what you think your heart wants. And by the end of the week, you're already thinking about how to get it. Now, Jupiter is the part making you expand your thoughts, think outside your box, get out of your circular thinking, ending your worry, all those things. But Black Lilith at step 10 says, no more fights since childhood, or no more mind games since childhood, or no more worry sets that you fall into since childhood. Cutting away for good the inner rhetoric in the mind. And then lastly, Saturn and Scorpio. This is where you have to be strong for yourself, and you have to say no to yourself so you can say no to others, basically. And right now the universe is saying, ask your guides before you say no to yourself or others. But by the end of the week, you want to be making some decisions when it comes to where those final no's lie, those deep long-term no's, especially for Taurus risings. Taurus rising is definitely making some me-rich changes by the end of the week. So last week, the real turning point was light cast day. Emotions got really intense around the inner child. Wednesday, Thursday, maybe some heartbreak. Friday, having to break through, understand what your heart doesn't want and what it does want. And the weekend, probably feeling a lot better. A lot of Venus energy over the weekend, helping you heal the heart and start to be creative in a good way. This week, you start off with Love Fest Day on Sunday, the most powerful day of the month to expand your heart and to bring light into your heart, to bring joy into your life. This Love Fest Day surrounding a new lifestyle being born and your heart feeling a whole new life. That life is, of course, a life of joy and a life of your dreams coming true. So I think everyone's on cloud 9 on Sunday, regardless of what reality is. On Monday, the moon moves into Scorpio. So Taurus and Taurus risings are going to have to be strong with themselves emotionally. I'll be sending out with text for those watched over by GA, one of my clients that I watch over. But you want to be strong and you want to be decisive, and basically you're going to have to decide what your heart doesn't want and for sure where you believe your heart wants. So it's time to decide. You might have to sign a contract. You might have to give notice to someone. A lot of times there's literal consequence tied to it. Then on Tuesday, action rules the day. Your inner child might be a little testy. You might have a chance of temper tantrums. If you don't feel your life going in the direction you want to go, this is definitely a time where the toddler's knees kind of go limp, all right? The moon is in Scorpio, and so your feelings are romantic, or they're for marriages, or they're feeling out long-term strategic alliances. So very sweeping arc kind of emotions for relationships. But with Mars ruling the day, this is a day where you'll be tested on that inner ability to be strong and have faith, and this is a day where you want to make a leap for it. So this might even be the day where you walk up to the cute girl and be like, hey, what's up? At least you'll feel like it that day. Wednesday, you're loving and trusting everything is okay, keeping your actions moving forward for your personal dreams. The moon is in Scorpio in the late stages, so you might be architecting a long-term partnership, at least emotionally, feeling out what that means. And by Wednesday, decision has to be made. You have to be strong with yourself about something, says Saturn at 8 degrees now on Wednesday. Then Thursday, we move into Master Shui. This is a day for a chance of showers, light showers. It's a very emotional day. The moon in Sagittarius makes Taurus and Taurus risings extremely vulnerable, and it's a Master Shui day. So now the inner child is starting to get very excited and or worried, don't fall into the old worry, about personal dreams or a creative project. So it could be a day of highs and lows. Try not to eat too much sugar, and definitely a good day to exercise. Then comes Friday. Now on Friday, Jupiter rules the day. That's why we have that rainbow flower there. And this could be a very fun day. Now it's a chance of bound chicka bow wow for the Tauruses too, because the moon in Sagittarius definitely pulls your emotions into trust and intimacy. And so you might find yourself wanting to connect in a biblical way. Also, Jupiter is ruling the day, which is joyful and optimistic. And let's not forget, what's the topic of the month? Your personal dreams and your inner child. So you could really fall in love with someone for real, or with a centerfold on on Friday. See, I was already thinking centerfold, Wednesday. Then comes Saturday. This is the coolest day of the week, I think, because Uranus rules the day. And for Tauruses, I don't think it's going to be bad news. Could be. But the moon's in Capricorn, so it looks like we're going to let go of an old emotional past and let go of old emotional beliefs. So it looks like we're up for a surprise or something nice. Let's not forget, it is our inner child month, so we're supposed to get presents, and we're supposed to have things start to happen this month. So I'm thinking Saturday's the first day we might start getting some presents from the universe. That is starting to draw in the first little, at least the price tag to what our heart wants, or at least a little kind of a trail, a little kind of a hint. Whatever it is, you're going to really feel out on Saturday what's really true, and something's going to trigger you into passion on Saturday, and hopefully that's a good passion. But if it isn't a good passion, don't worry. 36 hours later, it takes a full 36 hours for Uranus to really kind of hit. A lot of times it looks like the story is going wrong, but then turns and goes right, especially now because Tauruses have so much good things going for them. So I want to take a quick moment to invite you to this paradise I call soulgarden.me. And we are putting on so much programming. We're growing by leaps and bounds, and I wanted to invite you to a few of these. Now, we got 2 main days of guided hangouts where all of our gardeners come, hang out, chat, be together, and have a lot of fun. It starts on Wednesdays with Master One Feather. He's on first in the morning. He's a tarot reader. He'll read your cards, go in the chat room. It's kind of like a breakfast crowd in there. And everyone's there having coffee. It's really cute. I like it. I have fun with Master One Feather. Dawn Leahy's on that afternoon. She teaches astrology. These are girls having fun and teaching astrology. I love those 2 gals. Then I have my show, Practical Wizardry. You've seen it or haven't seen it. I'm not going to pitch it now. Then we have Dr. Matt Turner, who does psychic channeling live, so you can have him connect to your guide. Super cool stuff. The other day is Fridays. On Fridays, we've got Melody Ann. She's a vocal coach, helps people own their voice and own their power. Then we have a new person, Dr. Zen. Dear Zen. She's like a doctor. She's a Taurus, and she will help you with your issues. She's super wise and a master Taurus. We're bringing back Astro Gossip, and we've got a fabulous team of 4 funny astrologers. We're going to help you go through the headlines and release a little bit of fun every week. This is a live shot of Witecki Theater. This is what we watch TV and we chat in this room together. So if you're in the light, we invite you to come on down and hang out with us at soulgarden.me. You're always welcome. Create a profile. Everything is kept behind kind of a closed door. You need a password and stuff to get in. This is not Facebook where your business is everywhere. All right, Tauruses. Hey, my advice is stay in the heart all week. You got to show the universe with your heart and show joy. Show the universe. Remember, God universe speaks love. So you have to show by feeling the love what it is you want your heart to have forever. You got to walk in that love. You got to walk in that light casting, all right? All right, namaste. Live, love, be. With the moon in Cancer, emotions and intellect are now coming together like a Reese's penis. Oops. Reese's penis